Hello students, welcome to History Online Learning, Standard 9, Chapter 4, Economic Development, Module 6. Students, before we proceed further, let us understand the meaning of economic development. Economic development is the growth in the standard of living of the people of a country. When poor people grow into a rich country, then this growth can be called economic development. When there is an improvement in the quality of life of the citizens of a country, you can call it economic development. To bring about this kind of economic development, all the ruling parties, beginning from the first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru up to the present government, have planned policies and five-year plans with social objectives in mind. The first five-year plan was formulated in 1951. One more factor that was essential was the nationalization of banks. When the first five-year plan was formulated, there were 430 commercial banks in India. These banks were controlled by big business houses and they failed to cater to the needs of the small-scale industries, the cottage industries, and the poor people. Before we proceed any further, let us understand the term nationalization. What is nationalization? Nationalization is the process of taking a private industry or private assets into public ownership by a national government or state. On 19th July 1969, the then Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi announced the nationalization of 14 banks. The banks that were nationalized are the Allahabad Bank, Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, Canara Bank, Central Bank of India, Dena Bank, Indian Bank, Punjab and Sindh Bank, Syndicate Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, UCO Bank, Punjab National Bank, United Bank of India. So these were the 14 banks that were nationalized in the year 1969. Later on, 6 other banks were nationalized in 1980. Now, what was the need to do so? By the 1960s, the banking sector became an important tool to facilitate the growth of the economy. It provided the largest employment in those days. All banks except the State Bank of India were privately owned. So, where did the need arise? It was needed. Nationalization of banks was needed to break the control of big business houses over commercial banks. It was needed for equal distribution of wealth. The idea was that the wealth should not be concentrated in few hands. It was needed to develop agriculture and small industries by providing them timely credit or timely loans. It was needed for expansion of bank branches in rural and poorer districts. Moving on, 20-point program. A package of programs comprising schemes relating to poverty alleviation, employment generation, education and health, etc., is called the 20-point program. This has been in operation since 1975. The 20-point program was initially launched by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. If you will recollect, this was the first year of the fifth five-year plan. The objective of the program was to provide certain basic minimum needs and thereby improve the living standards of the people. It aimed at social and economic development of the community, particularly the underprivileged population. Under this program, she promised to implement land reforms, abolish the practice of bonded labor, fix minimum wages for agricultural laborers, supply clothes to the poor, and increase job opportunities for educated young people, among other things. Let us read the list what other things were promised in this 20-point program. Land ceiling, equal division of wealth, minimum wages for workers, water conservation schemes, workers' participation, national training scheme, freeing the bonded laborers, prevention of economic frauds like tax evasion, price regulation, improvement in the public distribution system, developing textile sector, waiving loans for weaker sections. Waiving loans means to pardon them, that is to they need not pay back the loans that were taken due to many reasons. Housing facilities, communication facilities, educational equipment. Mumbai, India's bustling financial capital, carefully hidden beneath the city's hustle, bustle, and ruthlessness, its money and politics, lies a chilling history of the city's cotton mill workers and their century-long struggle that once took the city by storm. The textile industry is a global industry. This industry is one of the largest in the world and employs millions of people. By the 1980s, the number of mills had cropped up in places like Dadar, Parel, Baikala, Shivdi, Prabhadevi, and Worli. So this part came to be known as Girangaon, or the town of mills. Mills in Marathi is called as Girani. So the places where mills were found, that cluster of that part was called as Girangaon. The first textile mill came into existence on February 22, 1854. Mr. Kawasji Nanabhai Dawar was the first businessman to set up a textile mill in Bombay. The name of his company was the Bombay Spinning and Weaving Mill. Let us read further on. The number of workers in the city had gone up to around 2.5 lakhs. Now, why did the laborers strike? Why did they stop from working? What happened? Let us understand. During the Diwali of 1981, the workers expected a bonus of 20%. The Rashtriya Mill Mazdoor Sangh, which was negotiating with the employers, agreed to pay an 8 to 70% bonus without taking the workers into confidence. These were workers who were agitating not just for fair wages, but also against increasing mechanization and loss of jobs in the textile industry. Mechanization is the use of machines. So when machines were introduced into these mills, there were loss of jobs. Under the leadership of Dr. Datta Samant, around 2.5 lakh workers of Bombay went on the historic general strike in 1982. Datta Samant used to negotiate wages, productivity, and working conditions on behalf of the workers with the management or the owners of the companies. The workers had total faith in him. Later, as the strike dragged on, efforts were made to split the striking workers' ranks. Even as the strike completed 6 months, the central government completely ignored it. So the workers resorted to Jail Bharo Andolan. What is a Jail Bharo Andolan? Ready to be arrested. The losses were huge. Hence, the textile mill owners moved their companies from Mumbai to Surat in Gujarat. The central government later on nationalized 13 textile mills, but the striking workers and the matter of the striking workers, the matter of the strike, the problem of the strike is still not resolved. That's all for today, students. We shall continue with the concluding part of this chapter in the next module. Refer to the word document for classwork. Thank you.